Guys, so we're moving our stuff out of the way at the moment because the tide is coming up. We made it here right around when low tide started, and then now it's turning into high tide. So we can't keep our stuff close to the beach because I got a ton of camera equipment inside of that bag and I don't want it to break. What is up, bro, and welcome to the video. So as you can see, we just got our skimboarding lessons in, and honestly it felt really good to be outside. Just getting that mental reset in, that nature reset in on a weekly basis really helps just overall with the whole entire week. Like just moving forward, it makes the grind, it makes the work feel a lot less difficult when you reward yourself with just peace and spending time outside away from technology. There is stuff that's going on all the time, you know, in terms of business, personal life, even in the world, indirectly affecting my life. But there is one thing that's been helping me a lot lately, and that's God, bro. This video is not meant to be preachy or anything like that, but I just want to share what my personal experience has been, and maybe it can help somebody out there that's, you know, going through the same struggles, you know, in terms of business, personal life, or focusing too much on what's going on in the outside world that they really have no control over. All right, guys, so we're trying a new place out for lunch. It's called Taco Labs. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit hesitant to give this one a shot because I've had a pretty bad experience with taco places in Florida, which is kind of surprising because there's such a big Spanish culture here. So I wasn't really expecting that, you know, living in Florida. Anyways, my boy Ryan came in clutch, recommended this place, and I gotta say, this stuff was bussin'. It was so freaking good, man. Lemon Parmesan chicken wings, 9.2 out of 10. Those things were freaking good, man. For the longest time, I used to focus so much of my identity on how busy I was, how much work I'm getting done, and just literally push through the burnout. And I actually ended up getting so burnt out around that time that I just quit both jobs and went on a little hiatus for a little bit. But that's what ultimately led me into entrepreneurship. And really, it's helped me start seeing things through God's eyes. All right, bro. So talking about faith, talking about God, I got a serious question for you. It's kind of like a two-part question, but anyways, the first question is, have you noticed any changes in me ever since I started getting more into my faith? Like as a person, have you noticed any changes from an outside perspective?
Yeah, I mean, the main thing that comes to mind is that you've definitely been questioning, you know, like your morality and what you're doing. You know, I respect that, you know, having transparency and honesty with what you're doing. I've only known you for a couple years now, so I don't know what you were like beforehand. Like, well,
now we go back further than a couple of years, but like one day I'll give you guys the full story, but we only worked together.
Not a couple, maybe like 4 to 5 years, right?
Yeah, we only worked together though. Like we weren't actually like really like friends, like now like actually hanging out, like, you know, it was just work.
Yeah, but I would say within the last year, I definitely noticed some changes in terms of, you know, how you go about things, how you know, approach business, how you approach a relationship with Corinne. And, you know, I respect it. So I definitely see it. And, you know, if it works for you, man, and you're seeing the progress in your life, then that's all you can ask for, you know?
What role does faith play in your life?
Well, faith for me is spirituality, what I view source, God, universe. It's all, you know, everyone has their own interpretation. But for me, it's really just my, you know, moral compass on if I'm doing the right things for the right reasons. And it checks me, make sure that I'm really, you know, aware of what's happening in my life, guiding me in the right direction, giving me the strength and power to do things that might be tough, or, you know, shoot me in the right direction, just show me where I need to go. I'm still figuring it out as well. You know, we're all on this journey. For me, it definitely gives me a sense of, you know, I don't have to worry as much. I don't have to stress as much because I know I'm being taken care of. So that's what it does for me. Short story, that's what I would say.
I'm still early on this journey with God. Honestly, I haven't figured it out, as I'm sure many people have not figured it out yet. I think the important thing is that you just go along this journey, do the best you can to understand who he is, what exactly you want out of the relationship with him, and what are your goals in life. As I grow more in my journey, I'll be sure to keep you guys updated, of course. I'll do the best I can. All of my videos won't be about this topic, but I did find it pretty important because this has helped me a lot in my life ever since I started to figure it out and just kind of, investigate a little bit, learn more about it, and understand why, I didn't apply myself to learning it earlier on, what was the hesitation. So yeah, if you're unsure about it, I definitely suggest that maybe you kind of, pick up a Bible or just start doing some research for yourself, maybe even just visit your local church, kind of get a vibe for it. If it's not for you, totally fine, no stress at all. But overall, I hope that me sharing this part of my life will help somebody else that might be going through the same journey as myself and is just looking for, another answer, or just more of what's really going on in this planet, this 3D reality, right? So if you did make it to the end of the video, thank you so much. I genuinely appreciate it as I continue to improve on making these and just overall bringing more value to all of you. Right here, you can click the video. This is the one YouTube's actually suggesting based on your algorithm. Let me know if they did well. And right here, you can subscribe so you don't miss the next video. See you in the next one.